Okay, day 2 of simplifying radicals. This time we're going to have variables. We're going to throw a whole lot at you here. Um, this is very similar to what you did. Matter of fact, I almost didn't make this video because I thought that I had exactly the same thing before. But let's start off here and let's work our way into some of these more challenging problems. So if I have, let's keep it easy here, x to the 4th. Okay, well, so it's the square root of 25x to the 4th. Now, the thing I noticed about this is, first of all, 25 is a perfect square, and x to the 4th, that's even. So what this ends up to be, the square root of 25 is 5, the square root of x to the 4th is x squared, so that's all I got to do. Now, let's say that I take this and let's make this problem, let's put a 2 out here, and let's keep it 25x to the 7th. Okay, it's 2 times the square root of 25x to the 7th. Well, that 2 out front stays along. Square root of 25 is still 5, so I'm going to multiply it. Square root, and now I'm going to break down x to the 7th. Now that's going to be two different things. So this is going to be x to the 6th, x to the 1st. Well, when I break this down, these two things multiply together, so I get 10. This comes out of here to x to the 3rd, and this stays in there as x. So that's all I have with this one. Now the number is, this is 2 times this. So all that I did right here is I figured out the square root of 25, which is 5. And I broke down the square root of x to the 6th is x to the 7th is x to the 6th plus x to the 1st. And there I go. Let's just, now all I can do is I can just make these more challenging, make them more confusing, and that's about all I got. So let's say I go with, let's go with just 24, x to the 3rd, y to the 6th, z to the 4th. Okay, well, I'm going to start breaking these down. 24, half of 24 is 12. 12, the first one is 9. 9 won't go in there, but 4 will. So this is the square root of 4 times the square root of 6. Notice my first number is my perfect square. The second one is not. X to the 3rd. Well, that's x to the 2nd even. And I got 1 left over to add these exponents up to get 3. X to 6, y to 6, even. So let's put all of them here. I don't need any y's over here. Z to the 4th, even. Don't need any over here. Figure out my answer. The square root of 4 is 2. Half of 2 is just 1. Half of 6 is 3. Half of 4 is 2. And these are the ugly stepchild. This one just comes along. This is just the thing that doesn't, it just doesn't move. Stays right there. So there we go. That one's left all by itself. Try some more. And again, let's make this one a little different as well. So let's go 27. Let's go 5 times this. 27x to the see, these start to get to be all the same, so it starts to become harder and harder for me to choose. So let's just go x, y to the 7th, z to the 9th. Okay, so I know it's 5 times whatever I get for these perfect squares. Okay, 27 happens to be 9 times 3. 9's the perfect square, that's why it goes first. X to the 1st, well, that's not even, so that means that's going to go back here and stay by itself. Y to the 7th, well, I want to take out the biggest even, and I'll have one more left over here for the y's. Z, well, to the 9th, so I could take out 8 and leave 1 over here. Notice that the exponents all add up to make these. Well, this is still 5 times the square root of 9 is 3. Half of this, half of that. This comes along for a ride. Now, I can take 5 times 3. I know that that's 15. Sorry, I made that. Everything else comes along just as it was. Let's try just let's go -3 times. Let's see here. Let's try 45x to the ninth, a to the fifth, b to the fourth. Okay, the -3 out in front, -3 times this, so it's -3 times. And I'm going to break my two square roots up. 45 is 9 times 5. Again, if I wanted to, I could take half of 45. That's going to be about 22. Go down, so 16 won't go into there, but then I get to 9, so that works. A to the ninth. Let's take out 8 and leave 1 behind. Oh, excuse me, this should be an x. Let me write this again. So I got -3 times 9, x to the 8th. This is 5x to the first. A to the fourth. Oops. A to the first there. There was no oops. B to the fourth. -3 times square root of 9 is 3. Half of 8 is 4. Half of 4 is 2. Half of 4 is 2. 5xa. Well, -3 times this is -9. X to the fourth, a to the second, b to the second, square root of 5xa. And there we go. This is about as much as I can throw at you. I'm going to throw one other thing at you here next week and start putting in some negatives here. We got to discuss that though in class before I do that. So maybe it won't be next week, but we're working on this. So we'll continue to work on this. Hopefully we're getting really good at it. And that's about it. We'll talk to you guys. Talk to you later in class.